always thought you were really cool too.
Why, thank you. That's a cool thing to say.
Not as cool as what you said.
You think so?
I do.
Whoa, 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 whoa! There ain't gonna be no robo-shagging up in this house! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Welcome to the Novoid. My life as a teenage robot is what I like to think of as Nickelodeon's own Powerpuff Girl type show, since the main character is a superpowered female and potentially the strongest character in her world. Unless you count Armageddroid, an enemy that Jenny was only able to beat by outsmarting him with a plan that was created by her mother. The difference between her and the Powerpuff Girls is that she's a teenager and she counts as a toon, which is something that doesn't really exist in cartooning like it used to. Without going into depth, Jenny counts as a toon because she has visual toon humor, such as her body constantly contorting and shifting into different shapes and devices for comical purposes. Even though being a robot gives her a legit explanation as to why she can change form, it still counts as a toon. Instead of squash and stretch, she mainly shrinks and shifts. Anyway, Moltar, oh my god, that acronym just doesn't work, was created by Rob Renzetti, the same guy that directed the Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, and Samurai Jack. So fans of those shows should be able to recognize the man's directing style here. My Life as a Teenage Robot is one of my favorite Nicktoons. It was a comedy cartoon with action elements, and no idea was too weird for them. Scientifically engineered lab rats named Vladimir? We got it.
Indeed, we have suffered much under the cruel tyranny of Dr. Wakeman. Our once strong, thick tails have been made thin, stringy, and limp. Our subtle, sensitive ears blackened, misshapen, and our sleek forepaws mutated into swollen, freakish hands!
Stuck-up mean teen bitches, one of them voiced by Cree Summers. Number 5, got that too.
Hello? Problem droid? Hello?
Here, try talking into this. The problem droid is a little hard of hearing.
Thanks, Britt. Excuse me, problem droid? Can you hear me now? I had some questions about my schedule. First of all, do I have to wear an athletics supporter in every class or just in social studies? And if there's no recess, when do we play freeze tag?
Needy, nerdy dudes that want to shag a metal waifu.
Sheldon, you build all sorts of gadgets and stuff, right? A smart guy like you? So good with his hands?
So good with his hands?
Yep, got that and kinda don't want it. Jokes aside, this cartoon has a colorful cast of characters that all have some kind of annoying tendency or quirk to them that serves to get on Jenny's nerves. In fact, most of the people in Jenny's world are idiots, and Jenny has to find a way to deal with them in between being a teenage robot in school. She goes through the usual teen girl problems, but the fact that she's a robot is what gives it a unique twist, and the show always manages to inject a bit of fun comedy to how she uses her powers. Usually visual comedy. In fact, I'd argue that this show blends comedy and action better than the Powerpuff Girls in a lot of cases. Both great shows, of course, but every good cartoon excels in areas that other shows don't. Because this show dabbles in science fiction and aliens here and there, the cartoon's art style can sometimes have a Jetsons feel to it, as well as a few other old simplistic cartoon visual styles. My, that was a mouthful. This show does have the old cartoon writing issue of making certain characters more annoying than they would normally be for the sake of making the plot work. An example being how Brad flip-flops back and forth between Voice of Reason and Annoying Friend multiple times. It's not all that bad, but it's something that I've picked up on looking back at the show now that I'm older and cynical. Check out episode 4, Unlicensed Flying Object, for an example of Brad having an annoying moment. Jenny herself was a good character, a little naive, easily the most likable one in the show despite being a robot. She has a lot of personality, with only her mother rivaling her in that department. My Life as a Teenage Robot was a fun and straightforward show that you could easily rewatch multiple times if you're into it. I don't talk about Nick shows a lot, mostly because all of my favorite Nick shows are gone, and this is one of them. 3 seasons of fun to enjoy, people. This show goes down as one of my top favorite cartoons, and I happily recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it.
This goes out to all you robots across the galaxy. It's time for